some question about your experience. How is driving the P45? Is there any peculiarity that you can highlight?
But it's difficult for me to explain what's the big difference between the P45 and the cars I drove in the past. I mean, this is a car made to afford a 24-hour race, and even my mentality has to be in that way. It's a really interesting car. It's an experimental car. It's a car with a lot of downforce. The big difference between the touring cars I drove is that one. So even the setup of the car has to be afforded in a different mode. So it's a new experience, a new challenge for me. But I believe this car could be really interesting for drivers as we are. I mean, experienced driver as we are all together.
Nürburgring is a very famous track. Which is the main feature that you can compare with the other tracks?
But for sure, it's an old-style circuit. It's really tricky, really dangerous, and really fast. I've been in England for 4 years, and I found really interesting old-style circuits. And I understood that in that kind of circuit, you have to be really careful. You have to be really concentrated and not losing any concentration, because if you make this, it's really easy to stop the car, to stop the race. So I mean, we have to understand that Nürburgring, it could be really enjoying to drive there, but we have to be careful to bring the car in the end.
The 24-hour race are part of a legend which made the history of motor racing. What does it mean for you to take part in this competition?
To me, it's a new challenge. I never made this kind of race. Been all the time in a really short race. I mean, the first two corners you play 80% of the race. Here is completely different. It's completely different because you have to calm down yourself. It's not a side-by-side racing or fight. You have just to start to find the best setup of the car to bring the car in the end of the 24 hours. So that is a challenge for everyone.
Now we come to the team. Cameron Glickenhaus' team is for sure a very different team. How can you describe the difference between this team to the others?
Glickenhaus' team is a team that from the beginning they understood how to put the mentality in a long distance race. I mean, a really calm team, really technological team, really experienced team that all together works on the car to make 24 hours. Where I've been before was a team to afford a really short race, 30 minutes race. So that is the mentality that make big difference between one team and another team. But we start really well. The car we running. That's not a problem. It's a fast car, and I believe we have the right mentality to try to go there to win the race, not just to make that.